Hey everyone, Doctor of Science Stuff here. And people come up to me all the time and say, hey, all the shapes we got, where do they come from? And those names, where do those come from? And the people who ask that question, they're not doctors of science stuff like me. So they don't understand that those shapes were all named after the people who discovered them, right? Like the triangle, for example. It started with a guy named Triangopolis, and he was a Greek guy in ancient Egypt, and he was looking at the pyramids, and he was like, well, that's not really a square, and it's not really a rectangle. Like those shapes have been around forever, since real ancient Greece, when Square Arminius and his son Rectangulodon, like they first discovered those. And he's like, it's not either of them. So what should we call this thing? It's got three sides. And he was sort of standing there with his buddy, Pythagorean man. And, he was like a math guy. And Pythagorean man was like, if you take A and you multiply it to B, it equals like C over A. They had to work out the math. It was complicated. But they were there, and so Triangulinus, he was looking at it, and he's like, I'm going to name this after me, this three-sided thing. And then he did. And they're all like that. Like the circle, there was like a real husky guy, and people kept calling him Rhombus. And he's like, I'm not a rhombus. And Rhombus was actually named after a lady named Rhonda who drove a bus. And they kind of mashed those words up together. They weren't real creative. Like most ancient Greeks who lived in like Rome. Anyway, but he's like, no, my name is Circlethustra. And so they named that shape then after him, and it became circle. That's how it all works. Ask me anything. I am the Doctor of Science Stuff.